So, welcome to my class. Today we shall discuss chapter 4 and chapter 5 of The Distant Window by Ashapurna Devi. Now, in chapter 3, we read that the Sahab had already arrived in the morning. Instead of coming at 5 o'clock, he has preponed his visit. He arrived at 10 o'clock in the morning. The protagonist of this story is Parvati. And what is the name of Parvati's husband? Nando. So Nando has sent Parvati. He almost forced Parvati to go there so that she can take care of the Mem Sahib. But when Parvati reaches there, let us find out what she finds. Whether the Mem Sahib has come or Mem Sahib has not come. Or only the Sahib has come. Parvati was shocked to find that no Mem Sahib had come. She had taken the long walk in the sun with blood rushing to her face. So naturally it was very hot. Although it was 10 o'clock in the morning, it was very hot. It was a hot day. She had walked some distance from her house to the Dak bungalow. So it was a long walk for around 30 minutes. And so naturally she was feeling very hot. There was no trace of the Mali in the kitchen. She went to the kitchen first, but Dasarath was the Mali. That was the name of the Mali. She was not there. It was 11:30. The sun was unbearable. The red cement floor in the veranda was burning hot. When Parvati called out Mem Sahib, the heavy curtain of one of the rooms was drawn aside. And who came out? Who came out from behind the curtain? It was the Sahib who came out from behind the curtain. A 6 foot tall man, the Sahib, dressed in spotless white pyjamas, a sleeveless singlet, and a pair of sandals. That is what he wore. He came out. He had a book in his hand. He wore glasses and spoke in a deep and calm voice. The Sahab asked who had sent her there, why she was there when the Mali was there, when the caretaker was there to take care of. Dasarath was the Mali, he was the cook, he was the caretaker. So when the caretaker was there, who had sent her there? Why should she be there in the vicinity near the Dak bungalow? What was she doing there? So Parvati said it was her husband who had sent her there. When Parvati said her name, who is your husband? Sir, my husband is Nando. The Sahab asked who had sent her there, to which Parvati said it was her husband who had sent her there. When Parvati said her name, so Parvati was a little nervous when he saw that there was no Mem Sahib but only the Sahib was there. She became a little nervous. It's quite natural. So Sahib was asking, who has sent you here? And Parvati said, my name is Parvati. So Sahib said, no, I am not asking your name. Right? Who has sent you here? My husband. What is your husband's name? Parvati. Achha, how can your husband's name be Parvati? Right? I am asking your husband's name, not your name. So Parvati said her name. He wanted to know what her husband's name was. Parvati got angry. Why? Why should my husband's name count? Why is it so important? And why not my name? Am I not an important person? Right? So why not her name? Was she a nobody that her name became superfluous? Why didn't he want to know her name? Why are you interested in knowing my husband's name only? Why not my name? My name is Parvati. I exist. I am important. Why do you think I am not important? Why my name is not important? Why should I be known as somebody's wife? Why not as independent, as an independent individual? Right? So the Sahib said that he didn't need her help as there was a Mali, there was a caretaker. But he later he found a little, he felt a little sympathetic towards Parvati. As he had disappointed someone who needed a job. He thought perhaps this lady has come seeking for some job, hoping that she would get some money in the process. And by refusing her that there was no work for her there, he was actually disappointing her. She must have felt bad. So he said, he asked her to ask the Mali what he was going to do about tea. Just go and find out if the Mali needs your help, if he has already prepared tea or not. When she found that the Mali had left for shopping without giving the Sahib a cup of tea, he ran to the kitchen and he prepared some for the Sahib. This is where chapter 4 ends. A short chapter. Let us go to chapter 5. Parvati went to the kitchen to make some tea for the Sahib. She knew. She knew where the utensils were, where the stove was put, where the kettle was, where the other items. She lighted the Janata stove. Usually in the villages you find women lighting the hearth by using wood or cow dung cakes. No, wood or cow dung cakes produce a lot of smoke, but the stove had come as a great relief. So she lighted the stove, the greatest gift of the time, the handmaiden of the poor. So the writer says it was the novelist says it was the greatest gift of the time, the Janata stove. The village where she lived cooked food in open ovens with wood fire. She found the tea, sugar, and some condensed milk. She prepared the tea, washed the container, the cup, and the spoons, neatened her appearance. You know, she was busy cooking. She prepared the tea, got things ready, got up, then sari ଟିକେ ସଜାଡ଼ି ଥିବ because she was going to the Sahib. She was going in front of the Sahib. She was going into the Sahib's room. So she neatened up herself and went near the room where the Sahib was placed. The Sahib came out and asked why she brought the tea. Sahib was surprised, right? So he had only told you, go and see. I had asked the Mali to prepare some tea. Go and see if the Mali has prepared tea or not. He had not asked her to prepare any tea. Parvati volunteered to make some tea. So he is surprised. Why have you made it when the Mali is there? So he asked her to put the tray on the table and went out. He said, okay, put it on the table and I will come back in a minute. Parvati picked up a piece of paper, spread it over the table and placed the cup of tea on it. The gentleman had left the room as soon as she had entered, but had deliberately left a bundle of notes on the table. Right? So Parvati is greatly surprised. Parvati is confused. Why has Sahib left a bundle of notes on the table? Is he trying to test my honesty? Is he trying to test my honesty? Now, if the bundle of notes is left here, and in the meantime, if the Mali comes, if the caretaker comes, he would take it away. That is why that is what he thinks about this caretaker. Right? So the gentleman had left the room as soon as he had entered, but had deliberately left a bundle of notes on the table, leaving Parvati surprised. Was he testing Parvati's honesty? Did he intend to give her a job? Was he an absent-minded person? There could be two things. One, he was trying to test Parvati, or perhaps he was a absent-minded person. So if he was an absent-minded person, there must be somebody to take care of him. Why, in that case, he had not brought his wife with him? Right? Parvati felt upset and helpless to think that Dasaratha would get an opportunity. Dasaratha was the name of the caretaker. He would get an opportunity to empty the Sahab's trouser pocket at every opportunity. So if you are so careless about money, if the Sahib was so careless about money, if he left it on the table as he had done, then Dasarath would take advantage of it and he would empty his pocket. He would take away all the money. Finding Parvati in his room, the Sahib says, "Why did you wait? The Mali will be returning any minute now." And Parvati says, "That is exactly what made me worried. I am worried about this, that the Mali would be returning any moment. Just see what you have left on the table, right? I am worried about the safekeep of your money. You left the bundle on the table, and there is every possibility that this bundle will be taken away, stolen. This money will be stolen by Dasrath. That is why I am here, right?" Parvati doubted the honesty of the Mali. She said, "If the Mali found the money on the table with no one around, do you think he would have found the bundle intact? He must have taken some money from here. And that is what worried me. I am worried about the safekeep of the this money. So I am waiting for you to return." Parvati was bold. Parvati was very bold as she used to talking with the sahabs. She is used to talking to the sahabs as she had worked with the wives many a time. Now how Parvati, talked to the sahib like this comfortably without any problem? It's because Parvati had already worked there so many times. Whenever the Mem Sahibs came, they sought Parvati's help. Parvati came there, helped them, got some money, got some tips in return. At times they gave her saris, jewelry, whatever things they carried for her. So sometimes she had even tried to act as a mediator during conjugal fights. If there happened to be a fight between Sahib and Mem Sahib, she acted as a mediator. Of course, the Mem Sahibs encouraged her on those occasions. The Mem Sahibs encouraged her to participate. But she knew, last time we discussed, in the previous chapter we discussed, she knew exactly where to draw a line. She was very careful about her position in the society and where the Sahibs and Mem Sahibs stood. Right? Okay. The Sahib disapproved when Parvati had said about the Mali. He said, "But you should not distrust human beings so much. I don't think you should have remarked that Mali would have stolen the money if he had the chance. Why did you say something of this sort? Why did you doubt the caretaker, the Mali? Why did you doubt Dasarath? You should not have done that. Right? We should not, you know, distrust people like this. We should trust each other. We should put trust in each other. We should not doubt each other like this." To give strength to the argument, the gentleman said, "Now here the money was. If Dasarath can take it, you could have taken it too. If every human being is a thief, if every human being is interested in money, and if honesty doesn't matter for others, you could have taken the money yourself. Why didn't you take? Because for you, honesty is important. Your character is more important than money. So you didn't take it. Why do you think somebody else will take it? So I don't accept this." He further claimed, "This means that it is a wrong notion to conclude that any time anyone finds money like this, he or she would steal. You didn't pick it up yourself. Rather, you are asking me to be watchful. Look at the good thing about you. You could have taken the money and run away with the money. But you didn't do that. You are asking me, rather you are advising me to be careful about money. Or the way I handle money, I must be more careful. You are advising me that. So when you can do that, why should you, why should not we have faith in each other? Why should we distrust another human being? We should not do that." The Sahib offers her 2 rupees for the trouble of making tea for him. So now that you have made some tea for me, take these 2 rupees. The Sahib thought, okay, perhaps this lady had come to get some job. Now that I didn't give any job and I said that there was no need of her there at the Dak Bungalow, she must be disheartened. So let me give her some money. Right. So he gives 2 rupees. He offers 2 rupees. Parvati snaps, no, sir, I am not used to receiving 2 rupees tips for making a cup of tea. Please give it to your faithful Mali. Now that the Sahib says that the Mali cannot be a thief. We should not consider him a thief. We should consider him honest. We should consider each other honest. Parvati feels a little bad. Parvati feels a little hot. Perhaps it was an attempt by Parvati to demean the caretaker, demean Dasarath, make him look small. ଯେ ଦଶରଥ is a thief, ଆଉ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ଲୋକ, ଦଶରଥ ଗୋଟେ ଚୋର. You should be careful of him. Right? ତେଣୁ ଏଇଟା perhaps he was trying to prove this. So Parvati said, no, I don't need any money. Give it to your Mali if you want to give, tip somebody. And when the Sahib says, no, you have to take some money because you made tea for me, I offer you this. If you don't take it, why should I drink your tea? Why should I drink the tea prepared by you? I must pay you something for your labor. And then tip me 4 annas. She agrees. 4 annas. 4 anna is equal to 25 paise. 1 rupee was 16 annas. So 4 annas means 25 paise. Right. So give me 25 paise only. That will be sufficient for me. That would be fair enough. Her refusal to accept the tip surprises the Sahib. The Sahib feels she was a good looking woman and seems refined. So she is a refined woman, a woman who behaves in a very gentle way. Now Dasarath arrives after procuring different things for Sahib. He had gone to the market and he arrives with different things. Parvati asked him why he delayed the shopping when he knew that the Sahib would arrive in the evening. So you knew that the Sahib would arrive in the evening. Then why didn't you go to the market earlier? Dasarath says, Sahib has already preponed the visit. He had to come in the evening. He came in the morning. So that's why I did not go for shopping earlier. So Parvati is saying, Are you fool, you knew that Sahib would come in the evening. So तू यदि marketing करके आगु रख दे थांतु, you would not be in trouble like this. You have not even given him a cup of tea. I have already given it to him. Acha, when will you cook? This is already 11:30 in the morning. When will you cook? At what time he is going to eat his lunch? And when will the meals be served? Parvati enters the kitchen, finds out why Dasarath is cocksure. Dasarath says, okay, there is no problem. Lunch will be served in time. Whenever Sahib is hungry, I will be able to serve him lunch. Now, then he goes away. Parvati enters the kitchen. Parvati finds that Dasarath has bought some chicken curry or mutton curry from outside. So he has already procured something from the restaurant, from a hotel. So Parvati enters the kitchen, finds out why Dasarath is cocksure that the meals can be served in time. Why he is sure now that it's 11:30 and he says food will be ready whenever Sahib is hungry. How can he be so sure? And he's taking things very easy. So how can he be so sure? And Parvati then finds the Raj, the secret behind his easy movements. And now she says, the Sahib doesn't have you people's digestive power. She talks to herself. Oh, Oh, this is why, she picks up the, packet and says, oh, this is why you are so sure about preparing the lunch in time. Oh, you have already bought it from the market. Hmm? And, but Mr. Dasrath, she is telling herself, Mr. Dasrath, you must not forget that the Sahib doesn't have the, digestive power that we local people have, we village people have, we rustics have. This is where, the story, the fifth chapter ends. Parvati leaves, goes back home after that. So, chapter 6 and 7 will be discussed in the next video. Thank you very much.